Good afternoon. It is February 16th, 2022. I am your interviewer, Justin Kness, here to interview Barbara Jean GiGi Demeen. How are you this afternoon?
Hey, I'm great.
Fantastic. Shall we dive right into the questions that your granddaughter has prepared for you?
I think so.
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
Well, we'll start out way back at the beginning. When and where were you born?
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 1940, June 9th.
June 9th. And how many siblings and what were their names?
I had 3 siblings, Robert, Joan, and Carol.
Outstanding. Making a jump across here, what games did you play growing up?
Just about every kid game you could play. Because there wasn't any television back then.
No, nothing for you to watch at that point, huh?
No.
Radio?
Yeah, I guess. But I wasn't a big radio person.
No. Wasn't a family thing to gather around the radio?
No,
at night?
not really.
Where are you going? It's fair. What religion were you raised in?
Protestant. First EUB.
What does that even mean?
Evangelical United Brethren.
What does that mean?
Bunch of religious words.
I thought we were Lutheran.
Did you have chores growing up?
Oh, I'm sure I did.
Don't remember which
What?
ones were specifically your job versus your siblings?
Well, we had to keep our, our rooms clean, but that was about it, because we went to school.
Did you have your own room or did you guys share?
No, I always shared a room
Yeah.
with my sister Carol. She was 11 months, 12 months younger than me.
You haven't met Auntie Carol. She lives in Del Webb in Huntley.
In the Sun City?
Yes.
Yeah, we were just talking about Auntie Carol. Were your grandparents alive while you were growing up?
My grandma and grandpa were alive in northern Pennsylvania. And my grandfather, my mother's father, was alive. Her mother was gone when I was little.
Really?
I never knew her, but I knew my grandpa.
Okay. But they lived north of you guys?
My dad's mother and father lived north of us.
Okay.
My grandpa, Kime, lived in Gettysburg.
Oh.
Well, actually Biglerville,
Really?
yeah.
Now that's all south Pennsylvania, right?
Right.
Harrisburg. and
Leave
that.
it.
Southeast.
Gator.
Southeast.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't that far from Harrisburg,
No.
because I can remember riding with my grandpa from Harrisburg to Biglerville to spend, time at my aunt's house, my Aunt Sue and Uncle Dale's.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
because he lived in a trailer not far from there, so he would take us back and forth in a Model T Ford,
Yeah.
spitting his tobacco juice out through the floor.
The world was a smaller place then, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess it was. It was small because I was young.
Well, you probably didn't travel as far. It wasn't probably a thing to go coast to coast.
No, we never did.
Stayed within that Pennsylvania area.
The furthest we ever went was up to my grandma and grandpa's in northern Pennsylvania, and to Hershey, which was just east of us.
Right.
We could smell the chocolate.
Really, from Harrisburg?
Yeah, we could smell it at our house.
It's a lot of cocoa.
So it's no wonder I eat a lot of chocolate today.
I think you'd be sick of it.
Huh?
I think you'd be sick of it.
Just makes a little nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
Later. reminds you of your childhood, I'm sure.
What did your house look like when you were growing up?
Well, it was up on a hill that was 2 hills up. I mean, we had, our front yard came down and then came down again. And so we were up high, and we had a back alley back behind our house, and then there was another alley that went up from our alley. Yeah.
It's hilly out there.
And that was one of the sad things that happened in our lifetime, which my sister would probably tell us about. I don't know if, Jill, if you know that Aunt Carol has a crooked arm.
I vaguely remember.
Yeah. Well, she has a crooked arm because of me.
Uh-oh.
My mom and dad were gone to a Penn State game one afternoon, and we had a babysitter. And I said to Carol, let's get the bicycles out. And we took the bicycles out, and Carol rode down the alley coming down the hill on her bicycle. And she was about 5 or 6 years old, I think, at the time. And she ended up running into it was a trash burner, where we used to burn our trash. That's what we did then, you know. And she came down the hill and she couldn't stop, and she ran into the trash can and she fell and broke her arm. So consequently, my mom and dad got home from the football game they had been at that day, and my punishment for the whole thing, because I'm the one that took the bikes out for us, we never were able to have a bicycle our whole life.
Bicycles were verboten from that time
Right.
on. Because
I took the bike out and Carol ran into the trash can and broke her arm. And to this day, you can still see the scars on her arm.
really,
Yeah, it's probably not as visible as it was as we were growing up, but yeah.
does
So-
that make you want to have a bike, or does that make you never want to have a bike?
No, that made me never want to have a bike.
Right.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
What did I want to be? I think I don't know. I knew I wanted to get married and have kids. And I knew I'd never treat my kids like I was treated with my bicycle situation.
Well, you'll be happy to know that on the grandkid side,
Yeah,
she rides a bike.
I know.
And I make her wear a helmet.
Yeah, back then you didn't wear helmets.
Oh, no. Well, right now she wouldn't wear a helmet if it weren't for me.
Yeah.
So, somebody's got rules.
I'm a 37-year-old woman.
You're darn right, we're gonna wear a helmet. What was your favorite meal that your mom made?
Oh, I can't think of anything that was really a favorite. I've always been a good eater. I like to eat. And my mom was a good cook, so I can't think that there was anything that stood out.
Nothing that was like, yay, it's
No.
whatever day.
Because we always had good meals on the table.
Nice. What was your first job?
Oh, my first job must have been at, I started out, I wanted to work at Ackerman's department store, but in Elgin. This was after we moved from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And we lived not just downtown Elgin, just up the street. And I went to Ackerman's and they weren't hiring at that time. So I went to Woolworth's and I worked at Woolworth's for about 6 weeks, and then Ackerman's called me. So I worked all through high school at Ackerman's. department store.
How old were you when you moved to Elgin from Pennsylvania?
I think I was 8,
Okay, so fairly early.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What was your favorite subject in school?
Studies.
What part of it did you like the best?
I just like studying about, places and things and,
Other cultures? and-
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Why did your family move to Illinois from Pennsylvania?
Well, my father was in the rain and hail insurance business, and he was transferred to Chicago
Oh,
from Pennsylvania.
so it was a work move.
So he was transferred to Chicago, and everybody said, well, you don't want to live in Chicago, but Elgin's a good place, so that's where we ended up in Elgin.
And then he'd commute to Chicago from
Yes, he
Elgin?
commuted on the 3rd rail, which is still running today.
No kidding. Did you attend prom?
Yeah,
Who was your date?
yeah.
This lucky guy over here. What age did you meet your husband?
Oh, we must have been 16 then. Yeah. I think I knew him before that though, because he went to a different junior high school.
Ah,
He went to Abbott and I went to Ellis. And I remember seeing him on the basketball court.
oh yeah.
So yeah, that's where I really met him. But he didn't know it.
He didn't know that he met you.
No.
So how did you meet then at high school?
Well, I think weren't we in a biology class together?
Oh,
Weren't we in a biology class together?
oh.
Yeah.
Biology. The building block of all relationships. Where did you get married?
In Elgin at the First DUB church.
There's that UB again. You're learning stuff today.
I
aren't you,
am. I'm
my dear?
learning so much.
I think that's one of my bigger enjoyments here is I'm learning, you're learning. Did you go on a honeymoon?
Yeah, but it was in the middle of April. I think we went to Wisconsin Dells.
2 inches of snow on the ground.
Huh?
2 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah, there was snow on the ground.
And what year was that?
1961.
61.
April 15th.
Tax day.
Yeah, tax day. Everybody says, what'd you get married on tax day for?
So you remembered to get your taxes in, or
And I
remembered when
said,
you got
I have
married.
no idea. It just sounded like a good day because it would be a day we'd always remember.
Indeed. Can't forget that one. Did you have a plan on how many kids you wanted?
Actually, I wanted 6 or 8, but we stopped at 5.
Wow. All right. Who named your firstborn and only son Mark?
I think he did. Yeah.
And who named your firstborn daughter Vicky?
Me.
Named after someone or
No.
the
just
name you liked?
Something I liked.
How about Mark? Is that a family name or is that just a name
No,
you
it
guys
was
liked
just
as
a
well?
name that I think we liked, Mark Allen, and his name is Alan James, so.
Okay. Who named Susan?
Hmm?
Who picked out the name Susan?
I did, for my Aunt Sue.
Ah, well, I noticed that at the beginning. And Amy?
Amy, I think that's just something I liked, was the name Amy.
How do you feel that she rebranded herself as Rita?
Yes, how do you feel about the name
Yeah,
Rita?
I just call her Rita too. I don't know where she came up with Rita.
There's
Nobody does.
There's a fun story there, but
I'll tell you, you're a handful.
I wasn't sure for the first little while that I was in this family. I was like, sometimes they call her Amy.
You are a
Sometimes they
handful.
call her Rita. And I started trying to pay attention to, does she act differently when she's Rita or Amy? Is there a, oh, Amy's in the room now. Hi, Amy.
Well, and her name is Amy Elizabeth, so it's like, I don't know where this Rita came from. I don't know.
You're so cute.
And how about Stacy?
Stacy? Stacy was named, Stacy was just a name that I liked, but Ann, her middle name, was the same middle name as my sister Carol. So that's how she became Stacy Ann.
Okay. What was your favorite part about raising 5 kids?
I don't know, I just enjoyed having kids.
Well, and what's the year span?
I always
from-
said I wanted 6, but then 5, I decided it was,
5 was time.
5 was time.
What's the total year span between oldest and youngest?
Well, Mark is 60, and Stacy is, how old is Stacy? She's about 9 years younger. Let's see, they were born in 61, 63, 64, 69 and 70.
Okay, yeah, so 9 years
Yeah.
apart.
Oh, such nice kisses.
Were you scared to become a parent?
No,
Such nice kisses.
You wanted to do that?
Oh, not
yeah,
right now.
I always liked kids. I had a lot when I was young, so I liked
No,
kids.
don't bite.
Did you travel with all 5 kids often?
No, not too often. We go up to Wisconsin a lot,
Ouch.
and that's usually where we would go for, we rent someplace, a cottage or something, go there in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Illinois park system.
Yeah.
What kind of car do you have to get 5 kids around?
Well, sometimes we had a station wagon, sometimes we didn't.
Sometimes they were just hip to hip to hip.
Yeah.
4 in the back, 3 in the front.
They were, yeah, sometimes they were packed in like sardines, but oh well.
Somebody had to ride between you up front. huh?
Right.
Who was the worst behaved child? Don't worry about the camera. Just right here.
The worst behaved. I'd have to say Vicky probably. But she grew out of it.
Clearly. And the best behaved?
Oh, Susan probably.
Yeah.
And Amy. Susan and Amy.
Yeah, that checks
And
out.
Mark was always being the only boy, he was always,
Right.
he never did anything wrong. That's what the girls used to say. Sure, Mark never does anything wrong.
The golden one, huh?
Right.
Pretty girl. A pretty boy, yeah.
What motherly advice did you pass on to your kids?
Gee, I don't know. I'd have to ask my kids.
See what they retained? huh?
See what they would say. I guess all my grandkids turned out well, so they must have learned something
Must have figured it out, huh?
and figured it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta say that, because,
Right.
right. How did you feel about your husband being a police officer?
Oh, well, it was a good job. It was better than the job he had before.
Yeah.
So
What was that?
he worked for the gas company.
Yeah. Police sounds like a step up.
Yeah. His clothes weren't as dirty.
Most days, right?
Right.
Do you remember what you felt when he was named chief of police?
Well, I was proud of him, you know, that was quite an honor. Yeah. Kids thought it was great.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, yeah. I said, yeah, but now you really got to toe the mark.
Right?
Right.
Can't have the chief's kids being turds. So.
No.
You were made a grandmother at age 42. How did that make you feel?
Oh, I was happy about it. I've always liked kids, so.
Just adds to the
Yeah,
group, right?
just adds to the, right.
Fresh bunch that you can shake up and send home.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the houses you've lived in, which is your favorite?
Oh. Well, I suppose this one because it's not as much work as all the rest of them were. But, you know, we always lived in nice houses, so.
Yeah. Did you have any hobbies while you were raising the kids?
Oh, I did a lot of sewing. And coffee clutching with my neighbors. And sitting out in the sun tanning in the summertime and
Right. The coffee clutch, was that everybody gathered at your place, or?
well, it usually was down the street because there were 3 houses where there were kids. And we were down the street the other way, so we'd all end up at
Go up that way.
Yeah.
Let all the kids mingle and.
at my neighbor's, Jenny Eichert, and I'm still really good friends with her. In fact, I just went to visit her the other day.
Okay.
So,
She still live down there, or?
yeah, she lives in the same house.
Really?
Yeah. Her kids are grown. Her husband passed away 14 years ago. And so she lives there. Well, her one son, he lives there with her when he's around. When
Oh,
he's
okay.
not, I don't know, whenever he's not working, whatever it is that he works at, but I go visit her all the time.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff did you sew? Did you make clothes, or?
Oh, I used to make, well, I make clothes I used to make t-shirts and stuff for the kids when they were young.
Okay.
And I took a t-shirt class. And then I sewed for myself. And
Do you still have your sewing machine?
I don't know if I still have it around there. I think I do have it around here somewhere.
Haven't
but-
used it in a while, though?
No, I haven't used it in a long time.
Nobody wants t-shirts?
No,
Oh.
I wouldn't even know how to make those I took a t-shirt class and it was the thing to do, you know. One of the things that
Sure.
a bunch of us did.
Thanks. Why did you start vacationing in South Carolina?
Gee, why did we first go down to South Carolina?
Vicky was in basic
Oh,
training.
Vicki was in basic training down there,
Okay.
and we went down there.
You got to
and
see
we-
her for 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got to see her for 15 minutes.
It's a heck of a drive for 15 minutes, isn't it?
Right. And
Yeah.
then we said, what are we going to do now?
And we just liked South Carolina, so
I said I'd never seen the ocean. Remember?
yeah, that's right.
So you guys made a trip to the ocean, and you liked it.
Loved it.
What do you miss most about South Carolina?
My dentist.
I miss the people we met down there. We met a lot of really nice people, and his dentist was one of them, and in fact, he talked with him the other day. You know, just,
He
Nice.
says dentist like it's like a casual, like I see my dentist with their friends.
yeah.
I gathered I've never liked a dentist so much that I had to
Miss them.
travel to see him. But if he was a friend, I guess.
Yeah. And he's just such a neat guy. I wish you could all get to know him because he is just a neat guy.
And what city or what area is that at?
They're the ones that live in the island. That's like
On
a
the
couple
island.
hours from where we're vacationing.
Oh, okay.
Where are you vacationing?
We're going to Charleston.
You're going to Charleston, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
Okay.
south of that,
Okay.
where Joe Frazier grew up.
Ah, yes. When did you start playing golf?
I started playing golf about, 15, 16 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Fairly recently.
yeah.
Barbara,
What?
it's 30-some years.
Has it been
ago.
30 years?
You played in South Carolina.
Oh, that's true, yeah. I guess that's where I started playing, wasn't it?
Is it one of those things like when you tell
In
me
the
that something
80s.
was 20 years ago, I think 90s, not
Yeah.
2000s?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
was in the 80s.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably, yeah, that's true. I didn't realize I'd been playing that long. I love playing golf though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I still play.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
Did you have any expectations of what your children would grow up to be?
Oh,
Hopefully stay out of jail.
he probably did, but
You didn't have any specifics?
No.
Then
no, I really didn't.
just be good people?
Yep, that's what I only hoped for, that I raised good, decent children.
They were all good.
Did you have any expectations of what any of your grandchildren would be?
No, I feel the same way about them. I feel like they've all turned out very well and I'm very proud of them and
What is your idea of a perfect Sunday?
perfect Sunday. You know, I've always grown up and the one thing I regret is I've gotten away from going to church every Sunday. And that's mainly because of the weather and everything around here and I'm not into, although I've really enjoyed going out to Belvedere to church. And I'm going to continue doing that because I enjoy seeing Mackenzie and seeing her in church and seeing how I'm so happy that she's going to a Lutheran school because my kids all went to Lutheran school and I think that's very good and I hope that she continues there.
Is there much of a difference between like these Lutheran churches and schools and the ones from your earlier life?
No, I don't think so.
Pretty much the same?
Yeah, pretty much the same because when I talked with my friend who I mentioned before, I was at her house the other day. You know, she goes to we were all Lutheran on that block. You know, our kids all went to the Lutheran school and everything. And yeah, I have my memories of my kids going to Lutheran school up there and everything they went through and did and their activities and everything are just what I see going on where Mackenzie is. And I think that's good. I'm very happy about that. I'm very pleased that Jim and Heather have her enrolled there.
Good. What is your favorite part of living in Illinois?
Well, at this point, it's only because all my family is here.
What has been your favorite age?
My favorite age? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I enjoy my age now. You know, a lot of people don't enjoy being 82 years old or close to 82 years old, but I do. I mean, I don't feel any different now than I felt 10, 15, 20 years ago. I'm sure I'm not the same person I was then, but,
None of
you
us
know,
are.
I don't feel any different.
You're happiest where you are.
Yeah.
Good. Looking back at life, what is your favorite accomplishment?
married a good guy. And my kids all turned out really great. My grandkids are turning out really great, so what more can you ask for?
Bringing on multiple generations is
Yeah,
an
right.
accomplishment.
I mean, in this day and age, you don't often find that. Mm-mm.
What is your favorite thing about being a grandmother or great-grandmother?
Oh, just being a grandma is a good thing. Just to know that, you know, you're carrying on something. I love my grandkids and my great-grandchild. And
This is kind of like the same, but what are you most proud of in life?
that I guess my kids have all turned out great. You know, that's in this day and age, and my grandkids and everything that I see for them. And I just hope that, you know, life continues that way.
Looks like it is. What are you most thankful for?
My good health.
It's
My
awful.
husband's good health after the things that he went through with his heart and everything. I think he's done well. I feel good about that.
What do you think the world needs more of right now?
Oh boy. That's a big list. I don't know. There's just an awful lot goes on that I don't even understand. I don't even try to understand because it just aggravates me too much. So,
Yeah.
you know, I just sort of live in my own world.
Do your
Here's the part where it cut out,
No,
but
I'd
the
like to
question
see
is,
them
what
grow
message
to
do you
be
have for Mackenzie?
a nice, kind, and loving, caring person, and to have a successful career, and hopefully be very happy in her lifetime. Because who knows what life is going to be like as she grows up. I don't know.
Right?
Sometimes I worry about things like that, but then I try not to because it's too depressing.
Sure. Yeah, of course you think about, you know, in each decade, in each era through your life,
Right.
the things that we didn't think we were going to make it
Right.
past, and we did.
Yeah. Well, and I think living where she lives and where you guys live, I think that's a big help, because there are some areas that, you know, I think are just really, really poor. And you see terrible things going on in Chicago, and you know, I remember going to Chicago when it was a very safe place to go, and I don't want to go to Chicago anymore.
Neither.
And that's sad, because Chicago is really a beautiful city, and it has a lot,
Right.
and it holds a lot, and there's a lot to do in there. But boy, I'll tell you, in today's world,
No.
it's you want to think twice before you go in there.
I want to take the time to thank you for watching this interview with GiGi. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed watching my husband interview her, and I hope that this is just great memories and something to look back on fondly. And I hope I get to do it again.